How did you lose the key?
I left them on the bus from the morning. Somebody, I swear somebody took them.
That's a rip.
Oh, there goes your car. Yeah, I know.
Sorry about that.
Huh?
Sorry about that.
That's a rip.
It is. Let's go to 0.2. Yep.
I used the restroom.
No, no. You press.
After the section, we can just go to the upstairs.
Okay. Hey, so now we're going to go talk about solving equations using multiplication and division, okay? So it's very similar stuff with what we just talked about with addition and subtraction. Now instead of just addition and subtraction, we're doing multiplication and division, okay? So addition undoes subtraction. Subtraction undoes what?
Addition.
Addition, okay? What does multiplication undo, Sierra? Division. What does division undo, Caden?
Division undoes multiplication.
Very good. Okay? So we're going to solve these problems using multiplication. So if we're solving these problems using multiplication, that means we're doing what originally?
Huh?
What?
I'm sorry, you're
If we're solving using multiplication, what are we doing originally? Division, okay? So in our first problem, s is being divided by 12. So when we were adding or subtracting by 12, we added or subtracted by that same number. So what are we going to multiply by? 12.
12. Over 1.
You can think of it as a 12 over 1, right? We multiply the other side by 12 as well. Right, Caden?
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and write it down, buddy?
James carries around carrots all the time as well.
Okay. So 12 and 12, those what?
1.
Those become 1, they reduce to 1. So now we're left with 1 times s, which is s, over 1 times 1, which is 1. Do you even have to write the over 1?
No.
No, okay. We're left with s. Hey, that's why we did that, right? Our goal is to get the variable by itself, to isolate it, get it by itself.
4.
Okay? Not quite. So then we multiply 3 times 12. What is 3 times 12?
That is 6. Something
36.
that ends with a 6.
36. Okay? S is equal to 36.
I forgot how to.
Now, if we wanted to check, if we were wondering, hey, is that 4 or is it 36, how can we check?
Divide.
Go back in and plug it in, right?
Yeah.
So we could say 36 over 12 equals 3. We say, hey, what is 36 divided by 12? Well, that is going to be 3.
That's
Three
voice
equals
crack.
I don't know if that was purposeful.
My voice?
Yeah.
That was.
Okay.
Anytime I do equals, I raise my voice because that's what you do when you ask questions.
It sounds like me trying to talk to Mr. Because I get scared out of them.
Why do you get scared?
Because they're intimidating.
Okay. Questions on that one?
None.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do number 2, please. Thank you.
Wait a second, sir.
Yes.
Okay, is that 2.1 for some reason, or is that 1.8?
It's 1.8. Number 2 is 1.8 is equal to W over 2.
Okay, so that, we on this one, we would, wait,
Okay, wait. So it's 1.8. It's not 2.1.
Correct.
oh, flip it.
Okay.
So it'd be 2 over 1. And then, right across the line would be 1.8. No. W. What would I multiply that by 2? I'll multiply that by 2. Yeah. So 1.8, 2. That doesn't seem right.
It's 2 times
2 times 8. 16.
8. Right. Right, that would be.
Wow, fine. Oh, oh.
If there's a decimal there, what do we have to put there?
16 and then to my point.
So then, what's 2 times?
2 times 1 is 2.
0 plus 2 is 0. So I multiply, right?
Plus 2.0.
Sure. And then we add up. 6 plus 0 is
This is 6.
1 plus 2 is
3. 3.
yeah, because there was one number originally behind the decimal. Put one number behind the decimal.
Oh, okay, rude. Should be
That was
a
like a
second
rule.
rule.
No, this one's all wet though, so it's like has a little dirt on it already. It's wet. Yeah, the germs don't respect the 5 second rule when it's wet feet.
I don't know. I mean, I had a lollipop once and I still. It was worth it.
Those are the type of things you'd share. Grace, you want to go to this one up here, please?
Yeah.
Teach the class, Ms. Stoner.
I feel so professional. Okay,
This is Gracie. Nice to feel less.
that feels weird. Less professional. Okay, so you gotta divide. So you go to over 1, and then you can cross use which makes that 1, and then 1, 1. So pretty much you just end up with W. Okay, and then you have to multiply 1.8 by 2. So that's 16 and oh no, you gotta bring down the decimal. Don't forget about that. 'Cause
How many numbers did you originally have behind the decimal?
1.
So you have one number behind the decimal at the end, right?
Yeah, you just bring it down.
So go ahead and circle our answer, please.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We'll show. 3.6 is equal to that W, right?
Correct.
Questions on that one?
Nah.
Okay. Do we need common denominators for multiplying, guys?
No.
Okay. Hey, let's go ahead and do number 3, please.
3. I don't know this one. How do you start this?
How do we start the others?
So I'm multiplying.
Parentheses. So we actually started it. And then flip it. Be 1 over 1. So be 1 and n over 3. So be 1 over 1 times n over 3.
No, we multiply the wrong fraction. Are they both the same?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Then this should be negative.
So this is
Either of those are right.
right. Okay, sorry, I thought you should. I was like,
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so now what do I do if I got that then?
What did you do to the other side then?
Oh, 3 over 1 times.
Yeah, these are the questions that Kaden, I'm trying to teach you to ask yourself too. So what do you get stuck? He said, I don't know how to do this. Look back to previous examples. Think back to your training.
Where's 3?
Remember your training. Alright,
Okay, this is another question.
remember your training, right? Yes.
Is this multiplication or
Solid multiplication.
I think I got it, but I'm not sure.
Well, let's check it out. I don't make old man noises as I get up.
I got it in the box.
How do we flip fractions? Do what operation? Okay, let's hold a friend. Okay, when's the only time we flip fractions? So then we,
Is when you're dividing.
when you're dividing fractions. Yeah. Do you want me to throw this ways here?
we need common denominators? Yeah. We don't?
Yeah, we common. When do we need common denominators?
I thought you did for
When do we need common denominators?
division. Oh, adding and subtracting.
Okay.
So that means this is
Sarah, do you want to come and teach this one? Please, thank you. Alright, Ms. Newman got this one. like that?
No,
Maybe
I
two
sort of want to change my last name.
Big rip.
I want to change my last name.
Oh, okay.
To what?
Sierra's got this stuff.
I want to change my last name considering what my mom's last name
What's my last name?
is. Davis.
Mitch Davis. See? Mom's stuff. Easy to.
This is just N. You.
Very good. Now, hey, Sierra, why did you multiply by 3? I agree with you, but why? Was it multiplication? Okay, well, what did we do with 3 originally? What operation? Divide. And we said, how do we undo division? Multiplication. So that's why we're multiplying, right? Yeah, so big picture, let's make sure we're thinking about that, okay? That's what's going to help us long term, okay? Questions on that one?
No.
Can we use the restroom?
Okay, well, not right now. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to go down to part B, okay? We're going to skip this example right now. We're going to go down to part B.
Good, because I didn't even
I have to
want
go
to
to
do
the
math fraction.
Yeah, well, we're going to do it in a moment, but not right now, okay? So we're going to go down to part B. Now we're going to solve using what operation?
Addition.
Division. Okay? So that means we're doing what operation originally then? If we're going to use division, we are originally doing multiplication. Okay? So we have 11W is equal to 143. So how are we going to get W by itself? How are we going to undo that multiplication? I don't know what you're saying. What?
11 times 143, what's you trying to say?
No?
-11.
No?
You have to divide.
Divide.
Because it's just multiplication.
Divide both sides by 11.
What did you say?
Now 11 divided by 11 is what number?
1.
Any number divided by itself is 1.
One.
So we're just left with W. 1 times W, which is W, okay? So now 143 divided by 11, we might not know it off the top of our head. Go off to the side.
Isn't it? No.
Make sure we write this down, please, and thank you.
You can't evenly divide it by 11.
It's not. It's
Okay,
not.
well, I
12.
guess we'll find out.
It's not 12.
Does 11 go into 1?
Mm-mm.
Does 11 go into 14?
Yeah,
How many? Once. Okay, what's 11 times 1? 11. Okay. And so, Sierra, what's 14 minus 11?
3.
Awesome. So now we bring this 3 down. Does 11 go into 33?
Yeah, 3 times.
3 times.
That's ridiculous.
And it goes in and makes it 33, and we have a remainder of 0. So W equals what? 13. You don't want no smoke.
Whatever.
You can't go anywhere, I'll bet.
It didn't look like
I know, right? It's deceiving. Because you're like, because like normally with 11s, we're used to like, the numbers are the same, right?
You're that good.
Right now.
Just launch something out of my mouth.
I like it.
I'll throw it away.
Okay.
So then could 154 go into 11? Like
Yeah, it goes on
Because it's-
14 times.
Okay, cool.
Sweet.
It's good. Alright. The next one.
Oh,
I'm excited.
oh, I'm so.
Hi, excited. Mr. Kaufman, it's me.
Hold up, I have a question.
Okay.
So,
Sorry, I'm
This-
sweating.
There we go. It's
okay,
good.
since this is 143, it ends in 13, and 143 ends in 32. And 154 ends in a 4, and then the answer is 14.
That's wild.
It is a pattern.
Hey, but what about 12? It's not the same.
134.
Yeah, 12 is 134 though.
No, excuse me, not 134, 121. No, 122.
124.
No, 132, excuse me, 132.
That was 122.
132. 11 times 12 is 132. That's how it ends. 1, 2,
What about 11 times 11?
121.
Oh, it does.
21.
That's how much I use it. That's cool.
Neat. Okay. Now let's go into number 2, please, and thank you.
Think we do it by yourselves?
I think you can.
You really think we can?
I really do. I believe you guys.
I think I got it. I'm not sure.
Let's find out.
You just started.
By confident.
Oh, I already started early.
Let's try this division on this side. It is subtraction. We need to divide.
Oh, well, that didn't work out.
Is that right? Can we do that?
What operation are
I can't
negative 8? Hey, what operation are negative 8 and x doing?
88 x.
What operation are negative 8 in x
Like, what do you mean, both are multiplied?
multiply? How do we do multiplication? Why are you adding? Does that make sense?
Yeah, but
So we had to do what to undo division? Undo multiplication, excuse me. Just give the answer. What do we do to undo multiplication?
Division.
So what are we gonna do to both sides?
Divide.
Divide.
divide by what?
Okay, what are we multiplying by?
8.
So divide by an 8. Negative 8, because we're multiplying by negative 8.
Okay, so it'd be
So just like on the,
negative
okay, just on the first one, what did we divide by? 11. Did I just pick out a number randomly? No, that's what I'm multiplying by.
Oh.
okay.
So no. We have positive divided by negative. There it goes. Sorry, Sarah. Just
Bro,
about dying.
I'm so bad at this. I got this. That was way easier than I thought.
Kaden, you wanna go over teach this one?
Wait.
Maybe.
I don't know if this is a negative or a positive.
I see it. So you have a positive 2 divided by a negative.
And then positive in the positive bigger. The 12 is
But
bigger.
here's the thing, for multiplication division, it doesn't matter which one's bigger.
Oh, negative times positive is negative.
Always.
Okay, so it's negative 12. I got this one.
Thank you, Mr. Hin.
Wouldn't it be weird if teachers were named like Mr. and then their first names like Mr. Trey
That'd be weird.
or Miss Sierra?
Mr. is my first
Grace.
name. My birth certificate. Mr.
Mister.
Stress.
Don't laugh at my name.
Where's my question? Alright, so negative 8 divided by negative 8 and then divided by negative 8 96 negative 8. That goes 8 goes into 9 one time, so it would be 8. Bring down the 6. 8 goes into 16 twice. And x equals
Very good. Why is it a negative again?
negative 12. Because negative times positive equals negative.
Very good. Okay, whenever it's multiplication and division, okay? Same signs, use it's positive. Different signs, use negative.
You.
Okay?
I-
Okay? Yeah, let's try number 4 here. Let's try number 4 here.
Number 4.
Negative 14 times the number equals 224. Negative 14 times the number equals 224. So we first have to write the equation, okay? So after you write the equation, let's pause before we solve it. After you write the equation, let's pause before we solve.
I'm almost solved.
Okay? Okay, you can see we have. Okay, go and solve. I see we have your speeds. Where are we at? Oh, we're on number 4.
Why? That's goofy.
Goober?
Let me finish this one.
You goofy
Wait,
goober.
which one am I doing? Okay, now we're number 3.
So write down your equation.
Ah. Oh, you know, not you.
How is this 14 go to 84?
Can you tell me?
Does that look right? Okay.
Why you go and start solving? Go ahead and start solving.
32. What? This is bad. 6, so 18, 24. Oh, found it.
Take. Totally.
that means the answer is A. Equal.
Okay. We can do it. We can do it. Let's do others.
Is it wrong?
So how many times does 14 go into 22? 14 goes into 22 one time. This is 14 times 2. If you were to double your amount of money,
Oh, I did 4.
okay.
I was counting
You
like
gotta
4.
be careful. You gotta be careful. So let's do 18. Oh, no. Let's do 14 going into 22. Whoa. Wait.
I'm helping her. I'm just helping her.
I was mixing up because I was doing 6 times.
They're gonna see this.
My shoes are ruined.
What do you say that?
These things cost $60.
What did you do there? Why did you say that?
Because all this dust right here is stuck like in my shoe.
Can you get it off? Have you tried washing it?
I can't. Because then they'll stink.
How washing you make them stink?
Because then they'll get wet, and then when you go to dry them or whatever, some of the water will stay in the shoe, and then get all nasty, and then the shoe smells.
It was this one.
That's what my mom tells me, so I never even wash my shoes.
I wash my mom washes and dries my brother's shoes and they never stink.
Sarah, do you want to teach us one?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I'm applying for a
She's such a
job.
pro.
I need money.
Can you apply that?
These lakeside pizza subs.
Okay,
What's that at?
I'm gonna check this without my paper. Okay, we're gonna go with the gray. So negative 14. Why is it big?
Can we solve for 3? Please.
Easy. 20 deep breaths. Go. That's not deep. No.
I.
This is counterproductive.
Bruh. Okay. So negative 14 x equals 224. Right? Okay. Then you do divide by negative 14. No. Yeah, negative 14.
Quit questioning yourself.
224 divided by negative 14.
Okay, make sure we write divided by negative 14 on the other side too, right?
Okay.
I know you're doing that math, but make sure we write it. That way we don't forget.
Okay, it's kind of sloppy, but whatever. And then 14. 14.
How many times does it go into 22?
Oh, yeah.
What number are you going to put that above, though? Put the one above what number?
2.
Which two?
Oh, it would be the same 2. Messing up without my paper. Okay, so it's this one. So that would be minus
I'm lightheaded.
14, which is 8. Okay. Bring down that 4.
say, by the way, guys, you guys have done a much better job so far of organizing your work. Okay, I look at these problems and I am amazed how far we've come in organization of our work. Okay, as I know before, a lot of us weren't very organized in our work with our order of operations problems, these kind of problems. Okay, we're just kind of jumping all around. But I think our organization's helped us. Okay, I hope you guys see that as well. I know I definitely have seen that. That the organization seems to be helping you guys. Okay, so thank you guys for buying into that and for trying it like I asked you to. Okay,
Yeah.
what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go back up to section A again, like just to the part where we're doing these fractions. Okay, because and the reason I skipped that earlier and went back to it now is because I think it fits better in this section, so I moved it around. If there is a fraction in front of the variable, we're gonna learn about what to do. 3/5 times k is equal to 6. Well, hey, there's multiplication happening here, right? 3/5 times k. How do we get rid of multiplication?
Divide.
Divide. But here's the thing: if we divide by this number, if we divide by, 3/5, isn't that weird to divide by a fraction like that? To write this, okay? So we think it's weird to divide by fractions. So what did we say we do when we divide by fractions?
We flip it.
We flip it and change it to what operation?
Multiplication.
Multiplication. Very good. Okay, I got some teamwork there. Okay? So whenever we're dividing, we have a fraction, and we need to divide to get rid of multiplication. We're going to say, well, you don't like dividing by a fraction, so we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. Remember practicing that a lot? We had a worksheet where all we did was that. We first wrote down the problem and just changed it to multiplication. Okay? So we're going to multiply both sides by 5/3, the reciprocal. So please follow with me on that.
Oh,
It is your bad.
Now on the left side of this equation, the 5 and the 5 do what?
they
Cross out the 1.
Cross reduce to 1. Very good.
all it does.
And so do the 3's, right?
Just a 1.
So what are we left with?
1 equals.
Okay.
1k.
Boom.
And that's why we did that, because we want the k by itself, don't we?
I already had k down, so that's
Okay. But that's why we do that. We want k by itself. That's our goal. Okay? Now we need to think of this as a 6 over what number since we have another fraction here? 6 over 1. And we said we don't need common denominators for multiplying. Okay? Only for what operations do we need common denominators?
Adding and subtraction.
Very good. Okay?
Equals.
Okay, is there anything here that cross reduces?
Yes, 3 and 6.
3 and 6. What goes into both of those numbers?
3.
3. How many times? 3 go into 6.
Twice.
Those times. Okay? 5 times. Okay? And it goes into this 1 time. So 2 times 5 is
10.
10. 1 times 1 is 1. Do we have to put over 1?
No.
No. So k is equal to 10.
Easy money.
Okay? Questions on that one?
Nah.
Okay. So now on a problem like number 2, when you have negative 1/4 is equal to 2/3 b, how do you get rid of this fraction?
Cross reduce.
How do you-
Flip it.
You flip it and multiply, okay? So I want you guys to try number 2 on your own, please and thank you.
So that would be just B. 3. 2.
I have a question. Which is right. Oh man. I sweater is much more.
Oh, the hell.
Isn't this such a great sweater? I copied it at Goodwill yesterday. Yeah, perfect.
Bob got that one. I know.
Let's go. Where are we going?
Dairy Queen.
Ooh,
Celebration.
your treat? Thanks.
I got a voicemail.
All on you.
Oh. Yo, I got a free dilly bar to Dairy Queen.
Oh, I just from my church.
Oh. What's your church contacting you for? Okay, good talk.
Talking about Bible study. I think. What are they talking to you about?
See,
Bible
how's this
study?
one going?
What?
How's this one going?
Good talk.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. You guys want off this guy? Hey, who wants to come teach us one?
I'll teach
I
you
do.
one.
Yeah,
No,
let
I-
Casey do it.
Ha ha ha. I'm
It's on
sorry,
her phone.
Mercy. I know, I'm listening to voicemails.
I teach you something to do.
It's gross.
Okay.
But you know, someone's got to grow up. So.
Okay, so
Maybe sometime.
There's a song about
you
that.
gotta change this into a
Yeah.
Because how do we get rid of multiplication, Gracie?
you divide.
But we don't like
Divide.
dividing by fractions, do we?
No.
Okay,
So we have to flip it.
And that's why we're doing it, right? It's really important to me, guys, that you understand the why behind it, okay?
Okay.
I want you to understand. Keep going.
Okay, so then everything cross reduces, no matter what, I think. Yeah, no matter what, so it doesn't even matter.
What are you left with? B. Very good.
And then you gotta do the same thing for over here. And then I don't like
All right.
those numbers,
That's fair.
so I cross them out.
Okay.
And
It's not even August, and that's fair.
so you can't cross reduce any of these numbers. So 3 times 1, 3 times 1 is 3 over, and then 2 times 4 is 8.
Right.
And then this is a negative. So a negative divided by a positive is a negative, and then equals your boy B.
Very good. You want to circle our answer?
That's
Question,
just
why
like-
is there a B on the right side?
Since you wrote it on the right side, then no. Like,
There, it's not a B
you want to
anymore.
circle it, please, Gracie?
Huh?
Thank you very much. You want to circle it? Yeah, appreciate it.
Not a circle, but.
That's close.
It's great.
Yeah. Okay. We'll get in circles later.
Circle.
Hey,
Tree,
questions on
tree.
number 2. Yep. Gee, I'm a tree. What did the acorn say when it grew up, guys?
Huh?
What did the acorn say when it grew up?
What?
Gee, I'm a tree. Get it?
I've heard you say that, I think.
I got it from Spaz. Okay. And number 3, we're doing something kind of similar, but what kind of number do we have right now?
Mixed.
Mixed number. But we said earlier, how do we
We don't
like to
like
deal
them.
with them?
We add and then multiply.
Yeah, we want to make them in improper fractions through that process, okay? So let's first make that an improper fraction, okay? Caden, you want to tell us how to make that an improper fraction?
Yeah. So you go 8 times 1 minus 3. No, plus 3.
Plus 3. 8 times 1 is?
8.
Plus 3 is?
9, 10, 11.
It's okay, I didn't know that.
So 11 over 8k is equal to 2 over 3. What did I do wrong, guys?
You have a negative.
I have a negative. Very good.
Yeah,
Negative
no.
11 over 8k.
My teachers used to, like, when we did mixed fractions, whatever, they used to always tell me that your negative sign goes on vacation for a little bit and then comes back.
That's fine. Okay. So now, is this problem very similar to the ones we had in 1 and 2?
Yeah, but like,
So let's go ahead and do this problem now.
do we bring the negative over to the other side?
Question, where does that come from? There it is.
Because we don't want the negative with the k anymore. Because if you're sending a one letter reply, you want it just to be k.
Wait,
Well,
whoa,
negative k
whoa,
is
whoa,
weird.
whoa, whoa. 8 over 11. Negative still. So that would be k. Just k. And that would be 6 over 6.
Very good.
Did I flip it around?
It's
Did I do it wrong somehow?
You multiply this side by 8 over 11. What do you multiply this side by?
8 over
Same
11.
thing. The negative
That's,
is
yeah,
over 11,
that's
right?
right.
Very good.
oh yeah.
I'll do this problem.
So I was at church and I said that. She was like, so this is your notebook, like, because some of them have notes that they take in the machine. If you want to use it, you can. And I was like, yeah. I was like, coolio. And she's like, I think I love you 10 times more. And I was like, oh.
Okay, got it.
Minus 16 over 13.
No, there's negative sign.
Okay, very good. Gary, do you want to use one, please?
Sure.
Please. I'd really appreciate it.
What kind of car did you have, Toyota?
I drive a Jeep Grand Cherokee.
What color is it? White?
It's like a tan. I think the registration says silver, but it's like a tan. Or might say gold, but it's like a tan.
Just solid gold. Imagine having a solid gold Jeep. That'd be pretty sick.
Be expensive.
Well, he already did that part.
-16 over 43, right? Very good, Sierra. Good stuff, okay? Any questions on that, guys?
Nope, I just put my
Hey,
eraser.
So, we can go to the restroom break here, okay? We do have a worksheet, okay? I'm gonna give you guys a couple of notes, just so I'm feeling nice, okay?
How many those?
I thought we had two. So we're not gonna do 19 and 20.
Still a lot of so.
I took off the cowl.
Is this
Take
homework?
off. It is.
With the trash can off with it until, well, can we?
Well, you get the call.
Let's
You
go.
call it by the right name.
Let's go restroom here.
It's not trash can wall.
Let's try to call it trash ball. It's the same